May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We are looking at the pound USD. The pound USD cable. All right, now on the monthly, we're just going to take a quick look. We have this descending channel. This descending channel, and as you can see, the market is bearish, making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Relative to this one, it is lower, lower low. This is the last break of market structure in this in this trend. All right, and then we have this uptrend here. All right, now what's the difference between this and this? I'm calling the market bearish, but you can see it's been bullish since what day was it? When was this? August of 2022, and then really bullish since the beginning of 2025 up. And then we go into this consolidation. Now, I just read the same kind of stuff in the last video I just did, I just put out, which was for the Euro USD, the Euro USD. But I want you to go check that out. I just put that out a few minutes ago, and the one before that was the U.S. dollar. I just put that one out. You look, you have to see that analysis. All right, I think the U.S. dollar is poised to be bullish, so that's going to bring the euro down, and it's going to bring the pound down a little bit. All right, it's going to drag it a bit. All right, let me show you why. All right, one, this is the last break of market structure, this bearish move. This is the pullback, all right? Till we break that high, we are still bearish. You understand? Even though this has been bullish for a while and you can take longs in this, the market is bearish and it could turn over at any point. Because we are in this descending channel and we're at the top of it, this is a good time for the market to probably find that resistance that it can't get past and push downward. We had a high taken, it hit the top of the channel, and we had two bearish months after that, which was February, March. April looks to be moving higher, right? But what is it moving higher to? Let's take a closer look at that on a monthly basis. Come on, man. Thank you. All right. On a monthly basis, look at this. This is February, closed bearish. All right. After it hit this high, took out that the buy side liquidity here. All right. Hit the high of the channel, and then bearish close and another bearish close. That's two candles. And then you can see there is a price gap here, right? A price gap, a volume imbalance. The market likes to close those. It made an attempt to close it here. Then the market opened up bullish for April, and then it made another attempt here, and which it rejected from. All right, the market. What I want you to see here is that it did not close, continue to. It hasn't closed yet. We have 18 more days. All right, 18 more days for this candle to close. All right, it's still forming, but it has formed a wick down here. All right, it formed the wick first, and it that gives an indication as to where the body will go. And it looks like it went up, right? But look, it's starting to draw back. We're still within the range of this candle. All right. And right now we're below the open of that range. All right. It went up and then it came back. That's very interesting, don't you think? All right. Could this be the start of the move downwards? Are we about to flip this from a bullish candle to a bearish one? I don't know. We're going to find out very soon. All right. Let's go to the weekly. Let me get out of this first. All right. On the weekly, what can we see? Last week, it closed very strong bullish. Look at these rejection candles. This is a rejection block, right? The market closed near the top of that rejection area. Why would it do that? All right, because there's rejection up top here. You can see the market was heading down, had this inside candle, and then we had this volume imbalance in here. The market could not get past that volume imbalance. Look at this. We went up and then we receded. All right. Last week. Last week it was a very strong close to the upside, and you would think with all of that momentum in this candle that we would continue up higher. That's not what happened, right? What we have to notice is the market moved sideways. We closed below this low here. That is a bearish break of market structure. That is where you start to say, looks like we might be heading down. And this you look at as a pullback until it breaks that high and this high. We broke that high, right? But it was a sweep. It didn't trade higher. It didn't close up here to indicate that there is more to come, more bullishness to come. No, it swept. And then we're going down to the lows of this trading range, this consolidation. Look at this candle here. That's a very bullish institutional candle. Hardly any wick on the bottom, small wick on the top. It's very bullish. Took out 3 bearish candles, closed above them. You got to say, oh, yeah, we're bullish until it did this and then came back. All right. And then we take out that candle. This is a market structure shift from bullish to bearish momentum. I'm looking at this move here. Anything up until we break this high, I'm looking at this as a pullback. All right. And we are pulling back into an area right here where there is a volume imbalance, and the market likes to balance that which is imbalance. Looking for a sweep. We got that sweep. We could see the market head back down from here. I think there's a good chance that that happens if you put the technical analysis with the fundamentals. The fundamentals are what? The Strait of Hormuz under Iranian control. The ceasefire is looks like it's going to be a fail because the negotiations went nowhere. JD Vance gave up on it. They couldn't get the Iranians to acquiesce to concede it to the demands of the U.S. Iranians did not budge, and they're using this the Straits of Hormuz as their leverage. And the response by the Trump administration is to blockade the Strait of Hormuz from Iranian vessels entering or exiting the Strait of Hormuz. That means oil is under pressure, and it's going to boost oil prices higher, and it's going to drag the US dollar higher, which means it'll drag down euro and the pound and its other counterparts, the Aussie dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the Swiss franc. Yeah, it's going to be a drag. All right, because if oil is going up, that's inflationary, and it's a whole bunch of other things. All right, so this bullish, I'm not looking for this bullish candle to see expansion higher until something changes fundamentally in the Middle East. All right, now you can see the open has a volume imbalance. This is the open. The market's been open now for 56 minutes. Okay. And a gap down. I'm looking for the market to give a wick towards that gap. All right. Come back down, and this bullish candle, because there's no wick on the bottom. I'm looking for this bullish candle to turn bearish and head down. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Not going to be, this one is, the pound is more bullish than the euro is. If we could take a quick look, you can see, come on, man, this is supposed to be a quick look. All right. You can see, yeah, it went right up into this bearish fair value gap. We can see that the market may head down from there. All right. But it is a little more bearish because you can see that swing low was taken out, closed below, and then we have the pullback. The structure is more more bearish than the pound is, because this is the swing low. All right, this is a short term low. All right, it was a bullish fair value gap here, a bullish order block here that the market is now underneath and trading underneath. We pull back. I'm looking at the market to see if it's going to come down, and I think it will, because we're at the top of a descending channel. All right. Hope you got all of that, because I muttered through it and I apologize for it. Okay. Now, what do we got? All right. So we have this market structure shift here from bullish to bearish momentum. We have this consolidation here, right? And we finally got a sweep of the highs. So that alone is kind of indicating that the market may head towards these lows. All right. And yeah, there is a fair value gap here. Can you see it? Let me get in close. All right, there is a bullish fair value gap here. I do have it in blue uh, already here. Let me see if you can see that. All right, you can see it. I'll make it bigger, a little bit bigger for you. Yeah, you can see. All right, and look, that's where we're heading down to. But let's see how it holds. We have this gap here, this volume imbalance. I'm looking for the market to move into that, give a wick, and then come back towards this. Maybe we come and test this high right here. So if the market does move up and then starts to turn around and give me that wick on the weekly, that weekly candle, if we start to see a bearish move, maybe Tuesday, then that I will look at it as an indication, signal to get in for look to enter a short right there. That's what I would do. All right, now let's go to the 4 hour. You can see the bullish fair value gap more clearly here. This isn't giving you any indication. This bullish fair value gap here, I don't think it's going to send anything up. I do not. I do not. I think this is going to be a failed swing to break that high. And obviously, we have this fair value gap. I'm looking for the market to move into that and then come down a little bit further, probably testing this high here. All right. And this, I think, will ultimately fail, because if there's no change in the Middle East, yeah, I'm pretty much sure that it will ultimately fail. And but we are, make no mistake about it, we are in consolidation and we are heading towards we're going into a pullback. You can see the market has already opened up bearish. So I am definitely looking for if it moves up a little bit, maybe we can get another sweep, maybe up here, maybe up here. If it does go bullish, I'm not taking this long. I'm not taking this long. All right, I'm waiting for the short until there is a change in the Middle East. All right, until something fundamentally changed. I'm going to stick with the technical analysis here, and I think we're going to get lower prices. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, make sure you go back and check out the other videos that I already put out today. Why does this take so long? I don't know. All right. It's just my internet is just dragging. Why are you dragging? Go to the Euro USD and US dollar index, the US dollar analysis. All right. And check those out and see if what I'm saying makes sense. I have a big macro picture that I'm trying to develop, as far as my analysis goes. So we'll see what happens. May profits be upon you. Trade carefully.